What happens when an undercover boss poses as a homeless person in his own bank? A shocking moment with the teller. Let's dive to see. In the bustling city of Oak Ridge, there was a man named Oliver Grayson. He wasn't just any ordinary man. He was the CEO of one of the largest banks in town. But despite his wealth and success, Oliver had always been troubled by something deep inside him. Success isn't about money, he often thought to himself late at night. It's about people. And yet, he felt disconnected from the very people who made his business thrive. One day, while walking through the streets near his office, Oliver noticed a group of men sitting on the sidewalk outside his bank. They were ragged, tired, and ignored by everyone passing by. One of them, a man named Calvin, caught Oliver's eye. There was a quiet dignity in Calvin's eyes, even though life had clearly beaten him down. That moment sparked an idea in Oliver's mind. A risky but necessary experiment. The next morning, Oliver arrived at work early. Instead of heading straight to his corner office, he slipped into a disguise. Wearing old clothes, unshaven, and carrying a tattered backpack, he walked out of the building unnoticed. No one recognized him as their powerful leader. His plan? To pose as a homeless man and test the humanity of his employees. He entered the bank through the front doors, blending seamlessly with the crowd. The air smelled faintly of coffee and freshly printed paper. As he approached the counter, his heart raced. Would they treat him like a customer or dismiss him outright? This would be the first test. At the counter stood a young man named Liam, fresh out of college and eager to prove himself. Liam smiled warmly at Oliver, asking how he could help. Oliver hesitated before speaking softly. "I need some assistance. I lost my job last year, and now I don't have much left. Can you tell me if there's anything I can do here?" Liam's smile faltered for a second, but then it returned stronger than before. "Sir, let me check your account details," Liam said kindly. Oliver explained that he didn't have an account anymore because everything had been closed due to unpaid fees. For a brief moment, silence hung between them. Then Liam leaned forward slightly, lowering his voice so no one else could hear. "Listen, sir, I know things are tough right now, but don't give up. We all hit rock bottom sometimes. It doesn't mean we stay there." Those words struck Oliver deeply. In that instant, he realized Liam wasn't just another employee. He was someone who truly cared. But this wasn't the end of Oliver's journey. He decided to push further, to see if others in the bank shared Liam's compassion. Later that afternoon, Oliver moved to a different branch of the bank. Here, he encountered another teller named Joel. Unlike Liam, Joel seemed distracted, typing quickly on his computer without making eye contact. When Oliver asked for help, Joel responded curtly, "Sorry, we can't assist you unless you're an existing customer." Oliver nodded slowly, feeling a pang of disappointment. Yet instead of leaving, he lingered around the lobby, observing the interactions between staff and customers. What he saw saddened him: hurried conversations, lack of empathy, and a focus solely on transactions rather than people. As the day drew to a close, Oliver returned to his original branch, where Liam still worked. Before revealing his true identity, Oliver wanted to leave behind a small gesture. He handed Liam a folded piece of paper containing a handwritten note. "Thank you for reminding me what matters most." Then, he quietly exited the bank. Back in his office later that evening, Oliver removed his disguise and sat heavily in his chair. His emotions swirled: pride for Liam, frustration with Joel, and a renewed sense of purpose. It was time to make changes, not just in policies, but in culture. The next week, Oliver called a meeting with all employees. Standing before them, he began, "You may not believe this, but I spent a day in our bank pretending to be homeless. Some of you treated me with kindness, while others turned away. Today, I want us to remember why we're here, not just to handle numbers, but to serve people." His speech resonated deeply with the team, especially Liam, who later confessed that he'd almost quit after feeling undervalued. Thanks to Oliver's actions, Liam stayed and went on to lead a new initiative aimed at helping struggling members of the community. But the biggest twist came months later when Calvin, the man Oliver had seen on the street, walked into the bank. Recognizing him immediately, Oliver invited Calvin into his office. After hearing Calvin's story of hardship and resilience, Oliver offered him a job as a janitor. Over time, Calvin proved invaluable, eventually rising to become a trusted advisor within the company. And so, Oliver learned a lesson that changed him forever. True leadership lies not in power, but in understanding and empathy. As he often reminded his team, when we care for each other, we create more than profit, we build hope. That's the story, friends. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a pleasure sharing it with you all. Don't forget to comment below and let me know where you're watching from. It's always fun to see the global reach of these stories. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for more amazing stories, tips, and tricks. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. If you'd like to show some extra love, tap the 3 dots near the share button and send a super thanks.